when it is you do have family and loved ones supporting you as an entrepreneur, everything that does not make sense suddenly does, and the support is there. Hence the reason you have to love them and you have to build them first.
This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good morning, Gerard Andrews.
Morning.
But it's a great pleasure to connect with you. Tell us, what part of the world are you in right now?
I am in the lovely Trinidad and Tobago, our twin lovely island.
Twin Island, brother of the land. I don't think I ever met someone face to face from Trinidad and then have them on the podcast. I think one time probably, yeah. So it's really a great pleasure to have you on, man. I met you in LinkedIn Local.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely a great event. LinkedIn Local TT. Big up to Pauline Joseph.
Big up to Pauline.
Tell us what's going on. Like, which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history?
Well, it's actually two of my talents, right? I wear multiple hats. I try to keep them down to two, right? One being a salesman and the other one being a designer. I actually used to do a lot of designs for Pauline, right? Back in her day as a real integrated marketing person with regards to just looking for talent, talented designers to get her work out there for her, and we kind of built our relationship from there. And I attended the event and I heard your story and I was blown away. I was like, Trinidad, like, are we doing this? This is amazing,
So it seems as though you have a love for creativity. Who did you learn that from?
I would say my dad, God bless his soul, he's not wrong. But when I was younger, I had issues spelling and we'd be driving on the road and he's like, you know what, we're going to fix that. Every sign that you see on the road, I want you to say it out, spell it out and say it out. And I believe, from looking at the different logos and different signs, it kind of fed into my creativity because I started to ask questions like, wow, why would they use this circle in this? And, so I really have my dad to thank for that. I mean, his genes as well, too, because he was a very creative person.
That's intriguing. Wow. Yeah, I can imagine how you're attaching the visual with the communication. Oh, that's pretty deep.
Definitely.
So where can we go to see some of the things you've designed?
Well, I actually, funny enough, put an end to the 10 years of entrepreneurship as a logo designer this year. Reason being, I just needed to switch my focus a little bit. Well, people could go on www.artifactstrace designs. It's a kind of funny name. I was big into Latin, and the meanings of words. So if I need to spell it out, or I could just give it to you and you put it in the show notes. I don't know.
Sure. That would be great. Yeah, we'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah, definitely.
So tell us about what you're doing at CADCO.
Nice. Well, funny story about that. Dion and I, which is the CEO of CADCO, used to work in an architectural firm like 4 to 5 years ago. And we stayed connected, and he opened up his own firm. And he told me about what he was doing. And I told him, I said, hey, there's a problem that you have here that I want to help solve. His problem, it really wasn't, how I could say, we call it a challenge, right? Which is actually getting Trinidadians to understand the worth and certain things, which I know you would know, right? And he brought me on to do the sales and the marketing, not only for the architectural firm, but also for, we have a production studio at the back, right, to make a space for local videographers and photographers. And also we have a very interesting thing where it is we sell house plans, pre-built house plans, pre-made house plans for 2,500 TT, which is a steal.
What? 2,500? We're talking about like 400 US?
We're talking about that. And, the average one is between 30 to over 75K TT.
Exactly.
So it's kind of phenomenal. It's disturbing the industry, and I really want to market that and get that out there to the people who really need it.
Where can we go to see that? See some of the work you guys have done?
Definitely, I can tell you about that. That's www.hd3dstock.com. Right? Link in the show notes.
Love it, yeah. HD3D stock. All right, Tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
Love my wife and build my family.
How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel proud, man. I'm expecting child number one in 6 weeks.
Congratulations, I actually expecting in 6 weeks too.
Serious?
Yeah, third
What?
though. I'm on
I
number three, but
wow,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, two ahead of me. Yeah.
That's an amazing one. Yeah. Well, I think her date is August 28th. Wow.
28th, yeah. Well, mine is August the 5th, so it's right there,
Yeah, the thing with my wife is like she never goes full term. So yeah, that's why I'm like in 6 weeks, yeah, we're probably he's coming out. So that's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that and congratulations. Suggest to
Hey,
someone
thanks,
that's
buddy.
listening,
Hmm.
why they should focus on the family side of things as an entrepreneur.
As an entrepreneur, the family is your glue. When it is that things are feel as though they are falling apart, and you express this to them, they will give you the world of support.
Mm,
I mean, not everybody's fortunate to have family to do that, but when it is you do have family and loved ones supporting you as an entrepreneur, everything that does not make sense suddenly does, and the support is there. Hence the reason you have to love them and you have to build them first.
love that. All right, amazing audience. Again, you're hearing it live from Gerard Andrews. You can check out what they're doing at CADCO Design Studios at hd3dstock.com. Gerard, let's switch gears for a moment now. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Gerard, what's your earliest childhood memory?
Well, earliest childhood memory. It has to be me opening my red school lunch kit that was shaped in the form of a box in kindergarten, and which contained peanut butter and guava jam sandwich with
Hmm.
an orchard,
Hmm.
a orange orchard,
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, the smell still stays with me,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
I always found that phenomenal.
So you're about what, like 3 or 4, somewhere between there.
Between there, yeah, definitely.
Why I think this memory is so clear?
I'm not too sure, it just sparked joy. I think I was a hungry kid all the time. It sparked so much joy, like imagine every day, I've been hit with those dopamine, that dopamine shot, just, hey, mom, pack this, and I'm so happy to eat lunch. Oh.
Do you remember what was painted on the lunchbox?
Yeah, it was actually probably like the bus driver and probably like four kids, hanging out the windows. Like it was kind of crazy to me because I'm like, why are the kids hanging out the window? Like
Yeah.
just real joyful looking.
It's pretty amazing how you connect with imagery like that. I know on the road you'd have probably seen many stop signs with your father, and
Yeah.
the imagery just is really cool to see how you connect with the imagery
Hmm.
in life. Yeah, that's pretty cool. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
Um, it has to be. This is funny. It's all about the money by Major. It's
Hmm.
Major, Major, and I used to just be singing that tune. I don't know why.
All right, Seals, man.
It's all connected. Full 360. Full 360 for
Uh,
360. You
love
caught me
it.
there. You caught
Love
me
it.
there.
Love it. All right. Well, we've arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a
Hmm.
small declaration form. So it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. You ready?
Sure, I'm ready.
Gerard, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
Are you married? Well, you said you're married, right?
Correct?
Expecting. Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes, I do.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
Um, okay, so we would have to say being online is TV, so I would say yes.
All right. You sure you don't want to separate it though? Because we could do like screen time, if screen time
Yeah,
is.
I would prefer we do screen time,
All right.
I
More
would
than eight
say,
or less than eight?
nah, TV zero,
Right.
but screen time more than it.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. What about reading? How often do you read?
Oh, I love to read. Reading, I would say more than 3 hours
All right.
a
Sure.
week.
All right. If you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, Gerard Andrews, what would you say that is?
I would say the one statement that has been with me for a good while is success is where preparation and opportunity meet.
Love it. Gerard, this has been such a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Well, amazing audience. I just want you all to, check me out on LinkedIn. I have some content there that I'm starting. And yeah, I just really and truly love to connect with people. So check me out there.
Love it, Gerard Andrews. Thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Angel, it has been such a pleasure.
A pleasure I treasure. This podcast is produced by Pod Edits. Visit podedits.com for professional podcast publishing.